Today, I'm going to talk about whether a man should put the toilet seat down after using it in the bathroom. Now, this is one of the oldest questions of all time, and it's been asked since the day that toilets were invented. I don't know when they were invented, but that was the first day that that question ever came up. And it's been asked ever since, and it has caused much strife ever since between men and women. So, what is the answer? Should men put the toilet seat down? Well, I believe the answer is he should, but there's a catch. And the catch is, does his woman have any expectation of him putting the toilet seat down? Does she feel an entitlement to him putting the toilet seat down? Because looking at it objectively, there is no right or wrong answer here. It's easier for him, it's harder for her. So, what should it be? It could be either, potentially, right? Just like anything, should the dishes be done right away or should they be done 12 hours from now? There is no right answer. You can't just say there's a right or wrong, but you can say there is a devotional or not devotional, and you can say there is a polarized or not polarized relationship. So, a devotional man like me, for example, I do put the toilet seat down, but it's under specific conditions. I'm not going to want to do it if my wife were to communicate to me an entitlement to my labor, essentially, to her expectations. I'm not going to be interested in doing that because why? It's easier for me not to do it. I will only want to do it because I'm devoted to her, because I want to make her life slightly easier. And I don't mind going slightly out of my way to make her life easier, as long as I am not submitting to her expectations, as long as I am not being led by her entitlement, right? So we're once again, like everything, in one of these situations where this is dependent on who is leading, right? Is the man in control and leading, or is it the woman's entitlement that's leading? And then is the man actually devotional to his woman and considerate of her feelings, or is he selfish and only really thinking for himself and doesn't experience joy from making his woman's life easier? And so this is going to often come down to communication because, if a man's like fully devoted, he might just do it. But then what if he forgets one day and then he notices that his woman gets really irritated and is clearly exhibiting some level of entitlement to how things should be? Well, now a dominant man is going to have a conversation about that, right? He's going to have to know how to lead his woman out of her entitlement, because otherwise he's going to feel that energetic shift where her entitlement's leading the show. And then for a woman, it's the same thing. If she has a man who's not, doing something that makes her life easy, like putting the toilet seat down, is she going to get irritated? Is she going to step into blame mode? Is she going to tell him, like, you got to, like, put down the toilet seat, or can you please put down the toilet seat, or whatever? Because if she does that, well, now she's leading. And now a man's not going to want to do it. And you can apply this. I'm coming up with a simple, kind of fun, widely applicable situation that many men and women have experienced, but this is applicable to everything in relationships. Just a question, would you recommend testing the energy by leaving it up on purpose? No, I wouldn't. I think that in general, men who do that testing thing, it's not necessary, right? Like if you're a dominant man, you're going to know if your woman is submissive to you, is respecting you as the leader, right? I've heard about this testing thing by men, and it's kind of a weak thing to do. I've never tested my wife ever, like not once. It's not necessary. I see the ways where she's in trying to hold on to control, and I lead her out of all of that. Right? It becomes obvious. Like women are like really obvious in my experience. Like they might try to hide it, but you can tell when they are resisting. You can tell when they are trying to control. um Men who are paying attention, who are in their body, will know if they're being manipulated as well, right? It's only a man who's ignoring his own body signals, who's really stuck in approval seeking mode, that he can't even feel when he's being led. Uh, Anne says, "May I share something with you? I hate the feeling of falling in the bowl when I have a sleep at night and feel discomfort having my ass wet." Yeah. Um, yeah, it is, as long as that's being expressed without trying to get any outcome at all. It's just an expression of the problem that she is experiencing. Well, damn, thank you for telling me that. I didn't realize that caused you so much grief, right? Communication is what solves all of this stuff. It is what restores healthy polarity to relationships. It is what ends all problems in relationships. It is what recharges attraction, makes attraction permanent and infinitely increasing the more polarized a relationship gets, even after years or decades of the relationship. But only polarized communication works. And there's so much nuance to it, and there's so many ways to that men and women are depolarizing the relationship with poor communication. So, how about you take the time to learn more about masculine and feminine communication, understand what it's all about, so you can start shifting your love life, your relationship, or your dating life, whatever it is. You can start energetically becoming more feminine or energetically becoming more masculine and solving all of these problems. And lucky for you, Mark Benet and I are holding our next Polarity Masterclass, where we're going to talk all about masculine and feminine communication and even role play it on May 5th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's $47, affordable for everybody, and you will get so much out of it. I want to see you there. There's only 15 spots left out of 50. It's going to sell out within the next, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 days. So book your spot now before you lose your chance. I want to see you there. The link is on this post, on this live stream post. Click the link, make the booking, and I'll see you at the masterclass. All right.